Greetings, Skeechlings. Skeechy Prime here with another PowerUp series, hopefully the first of many, based on UnOrdinary, which is a webcomic on Webtoon, and go check that out. It's basically My Hero Academia if everyone were jerks, because everyone likes to bully each other and whatnot. It gets crazy sometimes with that premise, but it works. And I'm going to kick this series off with who is probably the weakest character in the series that I'm aware of, and that is Evie. She has the ability Illumination, and she only has a power ranking of 1.5. She is a living flashlight. She just produces light from her palms, and that's it. And I'm like, how do I power this up? I got some ideas, but as always with all the power-up videos, I do equipment, general power-up concepts, and super moves. And the only piece of equipment that I could logically think of was mirror orbs. These are basically just enlarged clear glass marbles that she coats in a protective either resin or plastic, so that when she drops them or whatever, they don't shatter. And plus they're really inexpensive for her to produce on probably little pocket money. More on their uses later. Next is General PowerUp Concepts, and the first is basically her developing her own fighting style that I call the Flash Fist style. It's personalized fighting style developed from her training with Seraphina that incorporates her light powers. And in general, she'll blind a target and then follow up with a punch or a strike of some sort. Simple as that. Next is new light generation locations. As stated before, she only produces light from her palms. So I thought if she could maybe, train herself to expand where light is produced, be it maybe from her eyes, so then she can just look at you and blind you. From your mouth, because, you think she's about to scream, but then she just flash bangs you in the face. Screaming Flash would have been a cool attack. Didn't think of that. Or a full body light flash. Can't really dodge something that's coming from her whole entire body. Next is heat generation. Light sources generate heat around them, not necessarily from themselves. So I thought, there could be some interesting ways she could do this. If she's generating enough light for long enough, she would start generating heat. So then this would allow her to do burning damage, because, you touch a light bulb after it's been on for an hour, and that thing's going to hurt. Plus, this gives her the addition of, protection and resistance against ice and cold power users that she may fight in the future. Next up is Signal Lamp. This is basically just messages via flashes of light. Most commonly, Morse Code. This has been in the military since the 1860s. It's basically just a spot lamp with a shutter mechanism on it. And then she would just be able to easily use this to send secret messages, say in the dorm, she just holds her hand up to a window and someone can see her from another window and she's just flashing in Morse code. And then they get the idea. Or she could do this in public, and maybe if she does it with her eyes when she blinks or something, it would give, she could relay information in a more, covert way. And it could be used to, send secret messages, distress signals, or to assemble allies. Because, as I said, she is one of the weaker characters, and they typically do kind of work more together as of late. So, yeah. Next is super moves. The first is the Flash Fist. This is the namesake for her fighting style, so it's her signature move. Simply, she blinds a target, and then she goes and follows up with a punch. Simple as that, And it would even be cooler if she can eventually light up her fist, so as she's going for a punch, they think, oh, what is she doing? She's just punching me. And then her fist just lights up, blinding you out of confusion and surprise, and then she just finishes the punch. Next is Shining Glare. This is where she puts her hands up, kind of around her face, very much like Tien's solar flare from Dragon Ball. and she just, like, the stern look on her face is enough to maybe lower the guard of like stronger opponents she may face, and then she'll just flash them, blinding them with light from her palms. So yeah, good setup move. Next is glow orbs. Now this one is a bit of a stretch, but I thought, let's go with it, shall we? We don't know what her trick skill capabilities are going to be like in the future, so I thought I'll include it. Basically, she creates balls of light, but like they would maybe only last for so long after they've left the palms of her hands or wherever she's generating them from. So basically, like, they'll glow brightest when they're in contact with her, but then, like, say she can set them up in a dark room, but then over time, say a few minutes to maybe an hour, depending on how much energy she puts into them, then they'll have like so much time until they're completely extinguished. Next is burning palm or punch. Basically just using that heat generation I mentioned before. She then, delivers a burning palm or heated punch to a target. So not only is she hitting them with blunt force, but she's also delivering a little bit of burning damage. Next is signal beam. This is where she just basically fires up a bright, radiant beam of light from her hand to draw the attention of allies. And maybe also as a distress signal as well in general. Like, it's like, I found the secret base of where the douche students are holding people captive. And then it's like, I'll give a signal. And then it's like, oh, she found them. Something like that. I don't know. Situations like that have happened before, and that would have been great if she had used that. But definitely during the Serafina abduction segment. But anyway, next is Rave Flash. This move uses the mirror orbs. Basically, like, redirecting the light that she shoots into these orbs and their, like, reflective properties. They'll, like, disorient the enemies because, like, the light will refract, giving, like, a strobe effect, and it'll blind them. And then, like maybe she would give, like, a secret warning to her allies that are in the area. It's like, everyone close your eyes, or maybe they would already know when she pulls them out that things are going to get bright. And yeah, so yeah, she either can throw them up into the air or onto the ground and then fire light into them, causing the strobe effect, blinding everyone in the area, because it'll be rather, random for the refraction effects, so you never know where it's going to hit, so it's very hard to dodge unless you just close your eyes if you're aware of what she's doing, which I imagine most on their first time fighting her would probably not know. Next is light clones. Yet again, this is stretching the possibilities of her powers, but if she can up her trick skill enough, maybe it would work. These are short-lived after images of Evie that she makes out of her light to confuse targets. Now, it would be most beneficial, like, if she's already blinded a target and while they're disoriented and, like, slowly regaining their sight, like, they won't be able to necessarily tell the after images from the real thing as easily. So that would probably be the best time to use it. Next is Sparkle Flare. This is where she, like, fires off little heated, like, light balls, essentially, or sparks, and like, they'll be superheated and they'll burn on touch. Think very much just Jubilee from X-Men. I thought it would just be a fun little ability for her to have. And then next is like a full body version of this called the Sparkle Boom. Basically, it's just all those same properties I just explained, but now she's shooting them from all over her body in an omnidirectional assault. So not only is it, like, blinding, but it can also burn you. So that's always fun. But yeah, I think that's about all I have right now for her. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Any ideas you thought that Evie might be able to do for the future, let me know. And yeah, anyway, check out all my other content, see what you like, suggest things for the future, follow my social media so you're always in the loop on all my content. I stream on Twitch playing Final Fantasy VII, the original, right now, and I'll tweet it out when I go live. I'm on the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel. Go check that out. And as always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Keishlings, keep the light shining.